up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's popping, people? What's going on? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham in the building. What's going on, Miles? What's good with you, man?
Yo, man, chilling, man. I'm out here chilling in my nephew's room. You know what I'm saying? Teaching my nephew some game. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Make sure he don't grow up like the rest of these bitch ass niggas out here. You feel me? Hey, no disrespect though. No disrespect.
Right. So today, guys, we're gonna be commenting on a YouTuber named Auston Holleman or something like that. And you see, he has a lot of videos talking about going over to Brazil, going over to overseas to get girls. A lot of the passport bros type of stuff. And so I was looking at some of this stuff, and people were sending me this, and I'm just like, I'm shaking my head and everything. And this is the thing. Again, I want you guys to understand that we're not attacking this dude. We're just talking about the ideas. We always want to talk about the specific ideas that people are talking about, because what happens is a lot of people don't actually understand game. And if you don't understand the game, then you start to live your life a certain way that you don't necessarily need to. You understand what I'm saying? Or you start doing certain things that you don't need to do. And there's other ways that you can make it happen that's more beneficial for you. So, but let me shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Slime. Shout out to Jay Bird Got Game. I'm a Taco. Shout out to Andrew Top G. Shout out to Keith Joek, Frank H, AO in the building, Steve O. What's going on? Haitian Jack, Rizzo the Rat, monogamous player in the building, Certified Tyrone, what's popping? Duke Alexis in the building, Kid 420, what's going on? Lexington is in the building. Who else we got up in here? Goldie is up in here. The Big Bad Wolf, shout out to you. So look, before we get into everything, you already know what we got to do. All right, so let's just do what we got to do, and then when we come back, we're gonna get into this game. All right, let's
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just, they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds, so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry, because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral, and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Cujo, you'd be 6'8", have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust, they just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo-boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
You got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't no accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
All right, so we back. Woo! Shout out to April MC in the building. What's going on, girl?
Yeah. What up?
Great. Louisa Red, shout out to you. And we about to go get a cracker. So let's pull up this video real quick. Let's pull up this video now so we can just jump right into it. So this video is a video called Why I Stopped Dating in the US, right? Now, before I begin this, what I want to say is dudes could do whatever the hell they want. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Dudes could do whatever the hell they want. So I'm not saying he shouldn't do what he's doing. What I'm going to be talking about is some of the things he's talking about and how that pertains to game and how a lack of game, right, makes you sort of come to these conclusions and all this other shit. You see what I'm saying? Because listen, I told y'all on Facebook the other day, I said, I have no problem with these passport bros. Actually, let me show you what I wrote. I think I still have it in the dashboard. I said, look, I'm noticing more men believing that they can not be successful dating Western women and think they need to go overseas to get sex or find a relationship. I fully 100% support it now. Having game isn't for everyone. I would rather you guys who have weak game to get your passports and go overseas pay for it and find a woman that will pretend to be interested in you rather than to stay here and be an incel and then end up doing something stupid because you're sexually frustrated. You understand what I'm saying? So understand.
Hey, look, Lucario for president 2024.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. So that's what I want you guys to get. So look, do what you got to do. But what we want to, the only thing that sucks is that when guys just don't understand that the reason why they're coming to the conclusions they're coming to is because of a lack of game. It's just that simple. You understand? So let's start this. We'll start, stop in between, and then we'll give the commentary and all that other stuff. But let's start this.
And this time we're not going to be talking about Brazil. We're going to be talking about what made me leave to go to Brazil. In other words, what made me stop dating in the United States. If you've watched my TikToks or some of my YouTube videos, you can kind of get a perspective of how, but I'm going to break it down today. So, and these are in order, I believe, from severity of why I stopped dating in the United States. The number one thing, and we're going to say this is actually a bunch, I'm bringing it down. The number one thing that stopped me from dating in the United States.
Miles, why you? I want to bring out the sound effect yet, too. Let's keep it going. Hold on, let's continue.
Was the texting games and the phone call games, the game. So we're not going to act brand new. We know this is the thing here. You have to have some sort of game, and people get game confused with charisma. Those aren't the same thing. Okay, charisma is the sweet talking and the emotional aspect of her getting to like you with your words. But when I say game, I'm talking about I get your phone number. That let me wait 2 or 3 days to call you back. Like if you know alpha male strategy, he says he waits 10 days to call a woman back. Why the fuck would I want to do that? Okay, I get it. But then that's another thing. They say, oh, you got to pretend like you have options. You have to show you have options. Don't blow her up all the time.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I pressed the wrong button. I gotta get the right button.
Can we acknowledge that a part of the reason why he can't date in America is because he's being led by persons unknown that also have weak game.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because this is what I want to point out too, is that, see, when you're listening to people who don't know what they're talking about, and then you get in, then what's going to happen is you're going to be doing things that are not going to benefit you. So if I teach you 2 + 2 is 79, you're always going to think 2 + 2 is 79. And then when you take math tests, you're going to wonder why you can't get 100 on the test.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because you think 2 + 2 is 79 because somebody who don't know math try to teach you math. You see what I mean? But shout out to my dude K-Zag in 20 in the chat. He said, I don't like him claiming Texas. They're real niggas on point niggas here. We don't claim these weak niggas. So K-Zag don't like the fact that you claim in Texas, but damn. But see, he's talking about all the texting games, but let's continue to see what he's saying with that real quick. Let's go.
Text in between 5 minutes. Don't, I've said before, don't have a routine. All that shit. All this, you have to have this super strategy just to get to know somebody, or even if you just want to smash somebody. It's usually not just, it's like all these tactics. That's why there's so many YouTubers and dating coaches coming out that are just blowing up, because nobody can truly figure this shit out.
I gotta correct them. There are no dating coaches blowing up. There are YouTubers blowing up, pretending to be dating coaches, but there are no dating coaches blowing up. You understand what I'm saying? Let's stop the nonsense. Let's not do that. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's like, no one can figure this shit out. No, they can't figure it out because they don't know what they're talking about. And so what happened is that the youth who watch this stuff, because this is a young dude. I think he said he's like 23 or some shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, and shout out to Taekwondo. I feel like Taekwondo is the only young nigga out here that's around his age that understands shit. So shout out to Taekwondo.
Yes. Yo, Taekwondo is definitely in the cabinet when we run for president and vice president in 2024.
Right, facts. You know what I'm saying? But it's the thing. Like, look, it's a bunch of people who don't know what they're talking about. So if you're listening to that, then of course you're going to go down the wrong path. But let's continue.
Right, and if you're somebody like me that's on their purpose, I'm trying to get my money right so I can live overseas and get the hell out of here.
Purpose.
I don't have time for the games. Look, baby, either you want to fuck with me or you don't. And that's how my world works. It's black and white. There is no in between.
And I actually agree with him on that. Either you fucking with me or you not. You understand what I'm saying? Either you fucking with me or you're not. But let's continue. But see, but it's funny. Before I start, I don't understand why he can't take that same mentality just to the women where he's at. Right?
Exactly.
So you trying to tell me out of it? Because let me Google again real quick so I can get the accurate number. How many? Hold on. Let me go to my phone real quick. How many women are there in America? Well, let me see. How many women are there in America? There is 167.5 million women in America. Like, even if let's take half of that away. You understand what I'm saying? Let's take half of that away. Let's just go with 80 million, because let's say there's half of them you don't like, you don't think they're attractive, whatever. You're trying to tell me out of 80 something million women, you can't find one who's trying to fuck with you? You can't find a few that's trying to fuck with you? You see what I'm saying? But let's continue this shit.
Either you want to fuck with me or you don't. And that's what, when you go to Brazil, and I'm gonna compare each number to when I went to Brazil. When I went to Brazil and I saw texting games disappear, and either she wouldn't give you her number or she would give you her number. 90% of the time, if she gives you her number, it's going somewhere. In the United States, 90% of the time you give a chick your number, it's not going anywhere. Then it makes you wonder, why did you give me your number? I mentioned in the TikTok video, a chick left a note in my car. 2 chicks left a note in my car. And then I call or text, and then I can't even hook up a date with you or hook up a time to see you. Why the fuck did you leave a note on my car?
The problem with him, and this is what a lot of guys do when they don't understand the game, they ask a bunch of questions about why a woman is going to do a certain thing. You understand? And what you have to understand is that women will do a lot of things based off of how they feel in the moment, right? Also, right. What happens is, off the top, sometimes women are attracted to you, and then they start to, get a feel for who you are, or they get a vibe for who you are, and then they've changed their minds. Now, I don't, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't know, maybe a guy like this, maybe they got the vibe that he had weak game. Because if you're on YouTube complaining every video, if you're talking about how hard you got it, if you're talking about how American women is like this and like that, a woman is probably going to get the vibe that you're not that type of guy who's attractive enough to get shit popping the way you want to get it popping. Because see, I did a seminar the other day on shout out to MLD. I was on his Masculine Empowerment Network seminar, and I was basically explaining to guys. I said, you realize that the moves you make and the actions you take are going to dictate to a woman the type of guy you are. So every time when you're about to do something, you have to ask yourself. You have to say, well, would an attractive guy do this? You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's say, just for sake of argument, this guy approaches some girl. And, you know, they exchange numbers and she's like interested in seeing him or whatever. And then she goes on YouTube and she stumbles upon his videos. And she's like, damn, this dude is a complaining ass nigga. So now he went from a guy who she thought was attractive to a guy who she thinks isn't attractive. Because she's gonna be thinking, well, if a guy like him is complaining, then chicks in America must not fuck with him. So if chicks in America must not fuck with him, then why should I fuck with him? You see what I'm saying? So what guys have to understand is you can't hide your true, like how you feel for real.
Right, you're like
right. So whenever you're talking to the girls, whenever you're interacting with the girls, whenever you're chilling with the girls, they can smell it on you. They can feel that. You see what I'm saying? They understand what it is. But let's continue.
I don't have time for that, y'all. That's like a bunch of fuckery. Nobody has time for the texting games, the communication games. And number two, flaking. Okay. There is a high, unless if you are some sort of super rich man or some celebrity, there is a high flake rate in the United States. So we were teenagers, we knew this, right? Now, but I had time for that when I was a teenager. Like I didn't have a job or anything. I wasn't doing shit but going to school and going home. I knew when I went to the mall, I had to get 10 numbers. Or if I went to Six Flags, I had to get 10 numbers. Why? Because out of 10 numbers, only 3 of them motherfuckers gonna text back. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Only 3 of those are gonna text you back. And out of those 3, 2 or maybe 1 or maybe 2, you're gonna see again. It's just that.
Oh my God. I would like to welcome him to the dating game. I would like to welcome him to the dating game. That's what the fuck happens in the dating game. So he's complaining that he would have to talk to 10 to get 2. That's a good ratio. What are we talking about here?
But in Brazil, he got if he talked to 2, he'll get 1.
Right, exactly. That's what he's saying. But see, the thing that he's leaving out, which most of these guys leave out, is that the reason why these girls in Brazil or these other places are getting at you is because you're the meal ticket. You understand? See, you got to understand that desperation is going to lead to certain types of action, right? So when you're in Brazil, the women are desperate because you're the meal ticket. So of course, most of them are going to get back at you because you got the paper that they're looking for, right? Now, in America, what happens is that the women are looking at who are you as a man? And that's what's going to make them want to fuck with you or not.
Right, because America is already a rich country.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So if you go in a place where it's a poor country and you got money, of course, you're going to get a better, less of a flake rate in most situations.
Right.
Because they're trying to get the paper.
Naturally.
It's real simple. This is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not rocket science. But the thing that he's not understanding is that is part of the game where you talk to 10 and you probably get 2. That's like somebody saying, man, I can't believe this. I got to go to the gym, work out and eat right. And all I lost was a pound a week. I mean, like, damn, why couldn't I lose like 10 or 15 pounds this week? I only lost a pound a week. Duh, that's how it works. It's supposed to work like that, 1 or 2 pounds a week. But see, when you don't understand how the game works, you think there's something wrong with the game. You see what I'm saying? That's like a fucking musician or artist. They put out their music video, it gets 50 million hits. And then when the album drops, it sells 150,000 a week. And they're like, wait a second, I got 50 million hits on my YouTube video. How come we only sold 100,000, 150? That's how it goes. That's the rate. It's called the numbers game. You know what I'm saying? Like, What are we talking about here? But see, that's the thing. When you don't understand the game, you think there's something wrong with the game. Is that simple? Is that fucking simple? But let's continue.
I don't care. Anybody tells you otherwise is full of shit, unless there's some sort of celebrity, but they're not living the regular lifestyle like this. So as an adult, I knew that going, okay, probably still the same thing. I still got to approach a lot of women. But then it was just coming back like, damn, the flake rate, it seemed like the flake rate has gotten worse. And I know some dumbass watching this video right now is going to be like, look in the mirror. That's not the fucking problem. Because there's an abundance of men saying the same thing. And then you hear about these women wanting to just have validation. And social media and cell phones have created this, where they have access to so many men, they'll flake on you in a minute. And with dating apps, they're 90% of those women on dating apps are there for validation. Like, they're not there to actually meet you when y'all match. I can tell.
I want to say this real quick. The only time you really give a fuck about flaking is if you have no options.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because, and also too, you got to understand this. It's not a thing with just women. Men actually flake too. You know that a lot of men flake on women? See, a lot of dudes don't know this because they're like, see, I coach women. This is like my job. This is what I actually do for a living. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of men flake on women too. You see what I'm saying? But what happens is that that's just part of the game. But if you have options, you're not going to give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? And also, if you understand that this is part of the game, you are not going to give a fuck because you know that's part of the game. You see what I'm saying? But let's keep it going. And what I want you to notice too, as we're going, I want you to notice some of the things that he say when Miles, when you say your language exposes you, he's going to expose himself a little bit in some of the stuff he's going to say. But let's continue.
Tell you.
He exposed himself a long time ago.
Which is at the most 3. I know for sure too, but at the most 3. And this is 2 years of being on a dating app. And the other is like,
wait. Hold on. I got to rewind that. Wait. I think we missed that. Hold on. Come back for a second.
That was my bad.
They're there for validation. Like, they're not there to actually meet you when y'all match. I can tell you on one hand how many women I've met off a dating app, which is at the most 3. I know for sure too, but at the most 3. And this is 2 years of being on a dating app.
Damn.
Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Did this nigga just say he was on the dating apps for 2 years? 2 years. And he only met 3 women. He said 2 for sure, but only 3 women. Now, I've been looking at the comments under this nigga's videos, and O'Shea did some videos with him, and niggas is like, yo, but he's a Tyrone. He's a good-looking dude. Listen. Let me tell you guys something right now. I don't want to hear no motherfuckers talking about looks ever again. Y'all niggas need to suck my dick with that bullshit. Go to go get the looks don't matter book. Listen. If I hear anybody talking about it's all about looks again, y'all can suck my dick. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Oh,
this nigga.
Lucario, you on your Miles Cunningham shit today?
Yo, this nigga said he only had 3 dates in 2 years on a dating app. 3 in 2 years, nigga.
Yo, he got the beard, he got the jawline, he got the tattoos, he got the muscles. He looked like he got the height.
Exactly.
So what are we missing?
Exactly.
If it's all about looks, what are we missing? And it sounds like he has a some type of that catches women's attention, right? Because he says 2 women left notes on his car.
Exactly.
So he drives a nice car. He's tall, tattoos, jawline, beard.
Mm-hmm.
He can do
all that shit.
What are we missing?
Exactly.
Physique. What are we missing?
Right. You see what I'm saying? Listen. Yo, K-Zaggy said, don't tell these goofers to suck your dick. They had it for flexible. Dudes might think you serious. Now you're right, though. They gonna come in here like this.
Yes.
Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Yes, queen.
Listen, that's all all I'm saying. I don't want to hear nobody talking about it's only about looks ever again. This is proof right here. The fact that he's making all of these videos talking about how he can't fuck with these American chicks. He went online. He could only get 2 or 3 dates in 2 years.
Bro, I get at least 2 in a month, bro. Like, what are we talking about? At least.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, yo. But let's continue with this shit. Oh my goodness. Let's go.
And the other is like just women that'll match, and then you'll get to, hey, okay, let's meet this day with the woo. I tried a lot of different strategies. I tried the sweet talking, then I tried to just going straight to the point. Neither one of them works. Okay, and a lot of these women are insecure. They have low self-esteem, so they get on these dating apps just to reject dudes so they can feel like, man, I could get into that. But these women, they just get on. Remember this. When you get rejected, half or more than half of the time, it's just for her ego. It's not because she has a boyfriend like she told you. It's just for her ego. They're just rejecting you for validation for themselves because they're insecure. Uncertainty. So
let me stop that. Let me stop that again real quick. Now, what he's saying some of the times is the way he's saying sometimes happens. But also what happens is that you're still leaving out the other aspect of the situation of where when a woman is actually attracted and wants to see you and wants to make something happen. So what I'm saying is that from what he said about only having 2 or 3 dates out of 2 years, right? So what I'm guessing, because he said, oh, I tried to sweet talking them and I tried to be direct or whatever, none of it works and all that other stuff. What I'm guessing is that he might not have a tight mouthpiece or don't really know how to like interact with women to really reel them in.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I think that's part of it also. It's not just like all of these chicks who you were trying to make shit happen with. They just were like, oh, let me just get online and just laugh at niggas all day. You understand what I'm saying? Because chicks are out there meeting dudes on dating apps every day, all the time. You understand what I'm saying? Chicks is going out on multiple dates with niggas on dating apps. You understand what I'm saying? There's chicks I used to hook up with, and they will be going on 2 dates after I'm hooking up with them. You understand what I'm saying? So chicks is out here meeting dudes. So the thing is, it's not like they're just sitting there all day, just nothing's happening. But what happens is that you still have to take into account there's probably situations where he matched with girls and, you know, shit just didn't go. And that's fine. That's how it is for everybody. You understand? You're not going to get every girl, right? But 2 or 3 in 2 years, that's like 1.5 a year average. That's crazy. In 12 months, you were only able to get 1 woman. And think about this, because remember, we talking about, you know, the whole looks thing. They're saying this is the Tyrone, right? Now, I'm sure there were women that were probably swiped on him, right, because of the looks. So I'm sure he had enough matches based off the look, correct? So if you had enough matches, but then you only were able to get 1 out, then what is that saying about your texting and what you're saying to the woman in the inbox? I would love to see that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But he also exposed himself, you know, even more because he said I tried being direct and I tried the sweet talk thing. You understand? Again, he's exposing the fact that he don't have an identity of his own. He's just trying to see what works.
Right, exactly.
So with one girl, he'll try sweet talking, other girl, he'll try to be direct.
Right.
And then he's like, I'll be honest, none of them work. And it's like, bro, you don't have enough time to see if it works because you're switching up for different broads.
Exactly.
You understand? The reason why nothing is working is because you're always adjusting based on the bitch that you matched on. You understand?
Exactly.
And that within itself is weak game. That's what a lot of guys don't realize. This shit, this consistency shit, and how we talk about identity, masculine identity membership. Get on it, man. Like
exactly.
It's
that's a fact, man. But let's continue this shit. Let's continue.
Certainly is normal in every country, but in the United States, it's a lot more common to run into somebody that's uncertain than somebody that is in Brazil. In Brazil, like I said, it's black and white. It's a yes or no. I like you or I don't like you. I want to see you again. I want to fuck or I want to be with you. There's no in between. That's why when you go to these other countries, it seems like the women are moving fast, right? But that's because you're used to bullshitters. You're used to women in your own country that are bullshitting you, that are uncertain. So what's another example of uncertainty? Here's two of them.
Let me explain this to you guys. Because what he's saying is that, well, in the other countries, they're certain about wanting to make it happen, right? Exactly, Andrew. See, they're certain about your money.
They're certainly getting to that bag, bitch, nigga. Like that's what's happening. Like
that's what we're saying, right? They're trying to get to the money. See, this is what they don't understand, right? I'm gonna break it down. When you're in America, the women don't really want you for your money. They'll use you for your money. Now, listen to what I'm about to say. Women will use you for your money, but they don't want you or need you for your money. So now, the thing that attracts her to you, what makes her say that's the guy I'm attracted to, is the guy behind the money. You see what I'm saying? It's that guy who are you right now? From what we see in this video and what he's talking about in a lot of his videos, he's the type of guy that has issues dealing with women. Remember, he only got 2 chicks off a dating app. So that means that he's having trouble getting women, which means that his game is weak, which means that he is not that type of attractive guy. Because this is like a mind fuck for people, because they would look at him and assume he's like really attractive off the look. But this is why I say it's not all about the looks, because as you can see, even though you're literally staring at this guy who most people would say is a good looking dude, he's still having trouble with women. Why? You see what I'm saying? Why? You see what I mean? Like, you see, this is what I want you guys to understand. Y'all can run away from the game all you want, but the game is going to come and bite you back in the ass. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. You understand? So a lot of people want to run away from the reality of this shit, but they don't really want to adhere to it. So what happens is that they'll run away into illusion. You understand? They'll run away into illusion. So they're going over, well, when I go overseas, it's more certain. Yes, of course it's more certain, because the attraction is the money, because you have what they don't. Listen, if those women in Brazil and all that other shit had the same type of money and resources that the women in America have, you'd have the same problem if you went to Brazil.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So this is what these guys got to understand.
I just want to add too that, perspective is a hell of a thing, because, it's, so you look at the reason that he's going over to these other countries.
Right.
The reason why is because he's running away from all the frustrations and back and forth about dealing with women.
Right.
So he goes to these other countries, and from his perspective, he sees women that are more direct and bullshit less, and want to do things with you, want to be with you, want to start relationships, want to have sex, want to go out on dates, and they're interested in doing something with you, right? But see, what he's not taking into account is the perspective of the third world female.
Right.
You understand? He's only seeing what he wants to see. And I understand it, bro. I get it. And I'll tell you, I just did a fucking Instagram live the other day showing niggas, yo, I just got ghosted and flaked on. You understand? I was out at the spot, fully dressed. And I said, yo, guys, I'm just doing this live to show y'all this is a part of the game. Sometimes a bitch gonna flake.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but see, I'm the type of guy, I understand the game and I have game. So even though I understand the frustrations, I also understand the other side.
Right.
He's running to these countries. What he sees is, oh yeah, these women ain't bullshitting. They really trying to get with you. He's not taking into consideration the other side of it, bro. She's a woman who lives in a third world country. You come to this country with money to enjoy yourself.
Right.
She wants to enjoy herself with you as well.
Exactly.
Because if you didn't come, she would probably be fucking selling ass or selling fucking plantains on the side of the street.
Right.
Making just enough money to fucking buy milk for her kid, much less go out to the bar and have drinks and do regular fun shit that we take for granted in America.
Right.
Listen, a lot of these women, unless they meet a tourist ass dude like him, they're not gonna be doing all these things. They're not gonna be, getting drinks. Like, they'll never see the inside of a high-rise condo, Airbnb that you rented out for the weekend to come to Brazil.
Right.
They'll on a regular day, they'll never see that type of place unless they're cleaning it.
Right.
You understand? So when you come to spend your money, of course you're gonna get dressed and and look sexy and flirt with you and shit, because she wants to help you enjoy your time, but she also wants to enjoy the lifestyle that you bring.
Right.
Because otherwise she would never see that lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying there's a possibility that you can meet a chick that likes you, bro. But at the same time, you have to look at the perspective of, like you said earlier, desperation.
Right.
You understand? The type of things these women have to do to find themselves in the club having drinks and just chilling. The type of things these women have to do to find themselves in a high-rise apartment in Rio de Janeiro. The type of things these chicks have to do to go on a boat ride or all this other shit. When you come and all I got to do is flirt with you and do regular shit that women do, and you'll fall head over heels and take them with you on these experiences, bro.
Right.
That's an easy sell. That's an easy fucking sell, bro. And because I want you to hold on one second. I remember the first time I went to Brazil. I remember chicks wanted to be my girlfriend for as long as I was there.
Right, exactly.
They would straight up ask you, how long are you staying? And a nigga like me, and this was the time when I was still simping and I was kind of just like these niggas mentally. I would want to fuck other bitches. So I would tell bitches like, oh, I'm leaving tomorrow or whatever. And then they would see me out by the clubs. And then they would be mad at me. Like, I thought you were leaving on Sunday. You say you were leaving. Oh my God. I was supposed to be your girlfriend. I want to cook for you. I want to do this for you. But the only reason is, it's like, nigga, if you're going to be here for a week, they need all 7 days to be your girlfriend so they can experience that lifestyle with you.
Exactly.
You understand? They don't want you giving the money to other bitches, bro. That's how it works.
Right.
And the reason why I could talk about this, fellas, is because I was him.
Right, exactly.
You understand? So don't get it twisted. We're not sitting here talking, looking up our nose at niggas. Like, Lucario and myself, we've been to Brazil.
Exactly.
We've played the game.
Exactly.
We know what it's like out there. We've done it. You understand? And shout out to Lucario, because when Lucario came to Brazil, he paid for ass and he got ass.
Right. Because at first I was like, what? I was like, I don't want to fucking pay no bitch. You know
and truth be told, in Lucario's defense, the main reason why he even paid for it is because the rest of us on the trip was doing it. So he was just like, fuck it, whatever. Right. You understand? Right. But Lucario, out of all of us, Lucario was attracting bitches on his own. And nigga, we had to put some things on pause because Lucario was in the fucking condo fucking. Like, literally. Like, niggas was just in the fucking living room waiting for Lucario, like,
right, because there was
out here fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there was chicks there that was selling pussy, but I didn't have to pay for it with those women. I think I like did some shit one time with one chick and paid for this shit, and then the rest of them I was just fucking.
The rest of the time, Lucario was getting it off of just being Lucario. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And I only bring that up. I only bring that up to reiterate the point that we're speaking as men who have done this.
Exactly.
You understand? So it's not like we don't know what we're talking about. You understand? And me personally, I went to Brazil early on when I was super simping and all I was doing was paying. But I was also observing game because, like I said, these chicks want to be your fucking girlfriend for as long as you're there. Like I remember the chick was like, so how long are you gonna be here? I was like, oh, I'm gonna be here for 4 days. And this was when I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. So I was being totally honest with the bitch, right? So I was like, yeah, we're gonna be here for like the next 4 or 5 days, whatever. And she was like, okay, I stay with you, I cook for you, whatever you want. We can have sex, I cook for you, I stay with you. You just give me money for the groceries and I get the food, I cook for you, I stay with you. And I'm looking at her like, bitch, I don't want you to stay with me. I don't want you cramping my style. I'm not asking you to be my girl. I'm just trying to smash and move on to the next. But then it started to click. I'm like, yo, these chicks are just trying to lock you in and become your girlfriend. So as long as you're there spending that tourist money, they're a part of that setup, and that's all they want.
And they getting some of that. They getting a piece of that. And also what I want to say too is this. Notice how you said that you were going to see a chick and she flaked, right?
Right.
So we talk about that side of the game. Now, what I notice about when guys talk about this, they make it seem as if like, yo, guys, if you go overseas, the women just like you there, right? But they never talk about the side of, oh yeah, but actually you got to pay. They want your money. They don't really talk about that shit. They make it seem as if it's just because you're a black guy there, they just fuck with you. You understand? And they're just different than these American women. And I'm like, no, that's not true. It's the thing is that you're not talking about the side of the situation where you're actually paying, or the side of the situation where they're only fucking with you because they're trying to get that fucking bread. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's the thing that these guys don't get. But let's continue this shit. Let's keep it going.
There's a chick that I approached at the gym. I've said this before. I approached her at the gym, and clearly she had some sort of interest because I caught her, looking or whatever. So I went up to her, introduced myself, and she's like, "How are you?"
What?
Whenever they say that, y'all just walk off. So she said, "How are you?" I told her 23. She said 32, and she's like, "Oh, well, I have to think about it." Bitch, I'm not gonna let you think about it. I'm like, "No, I don't do thinking. Either you're gonna decide now or not." What? You think you got me on a leash or something? Like I'm gonna come back and double check? Hey, just see it if you want to talk to me now. Sorry, baby, you got the wrong one, and you're not even like. And that's the thing. You're not even top notch enough to do that.
You see, he just exposed himself. I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you how he exposed himself. Right now, what I do like what he said was, he was like, look, the chick was like, let me think about it. He's like, no, I ain't gonna give you, you're gonna be thinking. Like he, you know what's funny? It seemed like he had the right attitude to actually be on point, like an on-point player. But he got it in him. You understand?
He has the potential. He has the potential, but he has to work on his what they call dexterity. And what that means is the ability to maintain a position in an uncomfortable situation for an extended period of time. You understand? So he has it in him. He has potential to be a nigga that's gamed up, but he's too scared of the upfront frustration. You understand?
Right.
Like he's too afraid of the upfront difficulties that come with fucking with chicks. But because a really good like player dude, he doesn't even see it as frustrations or difficulties. He sees it as fun. He sees it as an exciting challenge to say, oh, how can I figure this out? You understand what I'm saying? Like he's the type of nigga, he'll pick up the Rubik's Cube and try a couple of moves and be like, man, I can't figure this out, and then put it down and then go play with another toy. You understand? That's the type of nigga he is. You feel me? So you gotta you have to embrace the challenge, bro. And that's a big part of the game that a lot of dudes they're gonna fall short. Because they allow that weakness to stop them from moving forward.
And I want to pull it back real quick because I want to see if y'all caught what he said, and I'll break it down. Let me pull it back a little bit.
I'm gonna come back and double check. Hey, just see it if you want to talk to me now. Sorry, baby, you got the wrong one. And you're not even like, and that's the thing. You're not even top notch enough to do that.
Let me do that. Let me hit the button. So basically, let me break it down. He said he tried to holler at the girl because he saw that she was looking at him or whatever. She asked him, "How old are you?" And I guess he told her the age, and she was like, "I'll think about it." And he's like, like he's feeling a certain type of way about how she responded. And then he says, "You're not even top notch enough to do that." So what is that actually saying? That's saying if she was top notch, if she was hotter, if she was a bad bitch, then she's able to do certain things versus a girl who's not that hot. You understand? So what he's doing is he's putting her on a pedestal by saying that if you were hotter, it would be okay for you to act like this. But since you're not that hot, then you shouldn't be acting like this. And a lot of guys, they think this way.
Again, flexibility in his own character.
Exactly.
Because he's literally saying, if you were hotter, I would have no problem coming back and checking with you to see if you thought about thinking about talking to me.
Exactly.
But because you're not that hot, you're not even worth that type of time.
Exactly.
But see, and that's the weakness of the game with dudes like him. they think that saying something negative about a woman's looks has anything to do with the woman when they're only exposing their own lack of game and character.
See this dude Kel right here? He said, I think he meant if she is a hot bitch, he would put more effort. These guys are overthinking this. That's what we're saying, bro. You don't put in more effort because she's hot. That's what the fuck we're saying. Do you not understand this? The fact that you would put in more effort for a chick because you think she's hotter, that's simping. That means you don't understand the fucking game. You treat every woman the same. So this is what I'm saying, where I'm sure when he was on the online dating app, he saw girls that were hotter than others. He was probably coming at them different than the other girls. Right. And this is why you fuck up. Because when you treat a woman better because she's hotter, or you give her more energy because she's hotter, you are simping.
Exactly.
That's what the fuck we talking about.
Exactly.
You see what we say? It's crazy.
The point is to give every woman the same energy.
Exactly.
And check this out too. That's another reason why a lot of guys like him deal with so much frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you simplify your game and tighten it up and just rinse and repeat on these bitches,
right?
The ones that's feeling you will come through.
Exactly.
And then the ones that are not feeling you, you keep them out of there. You get what I'm saying? But
exactly.
dudes like him, that's exactly why he gets so much frustration, because he'll swipe on a bitch that he think is a dime, and then he'll try to sweet talk, and he'll try to talk with her and be her pen pal for fucking 3 months before he try to set up a date, right? Because he thinks she's hot and he's trying to build rapport. Okay.
Right.
But then on the flip side, if he swipe on a chick and she's decent or she's just aight,
right,
he'll try to do that direct shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then if it don't work, he'll lose all faith in the aight chicks.
Right, exactly.
And now he's only gonna try to sweet talk when he swipes on a dime or whatever he thinks is a dime.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's sweet talking and being a pen pal to these hoes. And on top of that, he's not giving a whole host of other chicks the chance to find out who he really is at the same time. So he's literally stopping himself from connecting with females because he doesn't have a true idea of who he is.
Exactly. Because see, Alex G said in the chat, he said he also thinks if a woman is less attractive, she's easier to smash. Exactly. And that's what a lot of these guys think. They're like, oh, well, you ain't hot enough to be acting that way. Ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy. Shout out to my dude, Taekwondo in the building. He said, no way this guy changed his entire life for some pussy. Yo, shout out to my nigga Taekwondo. Shit. Oh my goodness, man. Let's continue real quick.
Another version of uncertainty that United States women have is talking with you, and this goes into the validation. Talking with you for an hour straight. I mean, they might kiss you, hug you, y'all out somewhere hanging out, and let's say you're not even trying to take them home. You say, hey, let me get your number. Oh, I only do Snapchat.
Why
guys, you're not kids. That's disrespectful.
Yo. We're never gonna get through this video because it's too much stopping. We gotta do.
You see what I'm saying? Why did you talk to her for an hour straight, my nigga?
Exactly.
Why? Because she was cute? Because you thought she was attractive? You see, here's what a player does. A player says to himself, bitches only get 5 to 10 minutes. Every bitch.
Exactly.
Every bitch get 5 to 10 minutes. And again, guys, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If it's a numbers game, if we can all agree because even red pill niggas, even any other nigga would agree to some extent that it's a numbers game, correct?
Right, exactly.
All right, let's just break it down logically real quick. He's the type of nigga, if a bitch is pretty, he'll give her an hour.
Right.
If I'm only spending 3 hours out on the town approaching females, and I'm a nigga like him, and I happen to approach 3 bad bitches. But mind you, I'm only spending 3 hours out here because I got to go back home and get to work the next day. How many bitches I'm going to talk to if I'm a nigga like him, if I'm only approaching quote unquote baddies? How many bitches I'm going to talk to?
Right, talk to 3. Exactly.
3. and 3 only, right? But if I'm a player ass nigga though, right? And I say to myself, bitches only get 5 to 10 minutes depending on the vibe. Like if the vibe is cool, I'll give a few more than 5 minutes. But at max, I'm giving every bitch that I talk to, dime or no, only gonna get 10 minutes. And I got 3 hours out here. How many bitches am I gonna talk to ultimately? That's 6 bitches an hour, bro.
Right.
You understand? That's at least 6 females an hour. And I'm giving myself 3 hours. So I get to talk to 18 females because I'm a player ass nigga who knows my protocols and agenda.
Exactly.
I'm not worried about how the bitch look. Why? Because every female gets the same amount of time. Brothers like him, on the other hand, oh, if she's a dime, well, I'm going to sit there for an hour and then end up getting her Snapchat.
Right, exactly.
Does anybody see what I'm talking about?
Right, exactly. And it's like, why? See, let's just continue. Let's continue with this shit.
Leave him alone. Count on how many hands that chick gave you. You asked her for her number, she gave you her social media instead. Count on one hand how many of those women you actually met. It's probably max 1. For me, if she says, just give me your, I'm gonna give you just my social media, I just take that as rejection because that's rejection. It is rejection. That's not what you didn't get what you asked for. They rejected, and they gave you a subpar product. Okay, here, that's fine. And if she's really interested, I'm sorry, because there are some weird dudes out there, right? But if she's really interested in you and she see that you decline taking her social media, she'll say, okay, wait, well, here, just take my number. Then you might know you have somebody that may have dealt with a stalker in the past, but that's just a cop out for them to say they had a stalker. If she likes you, she's gonna take the chance and give you her number. And the thing is, I don't even need your number to stalk you. I can follow you out to the car and get your license plate. You can get stalked without the phone.
Let me say this real quick. If he seems to know certain things like this, where if a chick is feeling you, she'll give you the number, whatever it is, then what is he complaining about? It's like,
that's what this is why I'm always a little bit apprehensive when dudes talk about red pill awareness.
Exactly, right.
Because listen, it's one thing to be aware, but it's another thing to actually know what to do with that awareness.
Exactly.
Because he understands he looks like he's not a dumb nigga. He looks like he understands certain key things of the game.
Right.
But you still talk to a bitch for an hour though?
Exactly, right. Right, exactly. It don't make no sense. It's ridiculous. And let's continue this shit.
Women been getting stalked for hundreds of years. So don't buy that bullshit. Number 4, a lack of femininity. So right now, we know we have women that are calling dudes bro. We got women that are wearing boy clothes. We got women that are that want to go 50-50 and want to, or they want to be the leader of a household. We got women raising their voices at men like they're men, but they only doing that because we know we can't hit them because it's an unfair fight. That's why you shouldn't hit women. But those.
Wait. Miles. We have gang violence. We have bad neighborhoods out here. We have homeless people on the street pissing in hallways. We got housing that's not really that great. We got fucking all like, what does that have to do with anything that is in your situation in your life?
I don't know.
Because I've never had you call me bro. I've never had that.
Never
had that.
Never had a chick call me bro.
Right. If I'm dealing with a woman, she's being very feminine because I don't deal with women who are masculine.
Exactly. So
because you have all these things out there, why are you putting yourself in the situation to be around those things?
And you see, this is the faulty nature of awareness.
Right.
Because you spend all your time being aware of all the worst type of females out there instead of doing what you need to do to only fuck with the ones that you fuck with.
Exactly. That's like me saying, damn, Miles, all this gang violence. How about I not just join a gang? How about I just don't do that? How about I don't hang around gang members? I mean, isn't that simple? So because we have it, Why do I have to worry about it if I'm not involving myself in that situation? You see what I mean?
I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's cool to be aware. It's cool to be aware, but now that you're aware, what decisions, like, how is that gonna, what decision and actions are you gonna take now, bro?
Right.
Or are you still just gonna complain about disrespectful women?
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
It's crazy.
Are you gonna complain about disrespectful women or make it a point to go find the respectful ones?
It's craziness. Let's continue with
Those
this.
are all masculine, non-feminine. Let me just say it. They're not feminine traits, right? So when I went to Brazil, and when you see these women in other countries, you get the soft-spoken, the sweetness, and either she's calling you by her name or she's calling you something sexy like baby or daddy. She's not gonna call you bro. Bitch, I'm not your bro. Don't call me that shit. That shit gets on my nerves. Every chick that's called me bro in the past 6 months, we don't talk anymore. I'm not your bro. You know, I don't have sex with my bros. Stop calling me bro. I'm not your bro. Just get rid of that word in general. Stop calling me bro.
But see, you know what the problem is? The reason why he's getting, see, and again, this is not anything, I don't want to say this, like, this is not specifically to him, but this is in general when guys go through shit like this, is that, remember, there's always got to be balance in a relationship. There's going to be duality. There's going to be the masculine and feminine energy. So if you are experiencing a lot of masculine women, that means you have a lot of feminine energy exuding out of your vibe, because there's the balance there. If you have more masculine energy, you're going to experience more feminine women fucking with you. You understand? Now, the thing is that masculine energy isn't about complaining. You understand what I'm saying? And bitching and moaning. It's just not. You see what I mean? So a lot of guys got to understand that the reason why they're attracting a lot of times that type of energy is because they're probably exuding feminine energy, which is why you're attracting the masculine energy. Is that simple? But let's continue this shit.
But you just have the women in other countries. They have the femininity role. They want to be led. You know, they'll hold your hand. Y'all know what femininity is. If you can look at a movie from back in the day and how the women behave, it's nothing like today. You know what I mean? Women are starting to grow mustaches now. You know, there's this thing going on now where there's not even a gender that exists anymore. So you're not going to tell me femininity is scarce now. It has become scarce. Some of these women, they're challenging you like they're men. And then if you hit them, it's a problem. Well, look, we got to figure out. We're going to have to act like a woman or a man. Which one are we going to do?
Stop. I just want to point out that this is the second time he talked about putting his hands on a woman.
Right.
No. And I'm not and I'm not saying this to accuse him of anything. What I'm saying is, when your game is weak and you subscribe to the frustrations, that's the road that you're led down. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why you have to be careful with this type of weak mentality.
Right.
Because when the frustration and the challenges become too much, that's when you begin to lash out with physical violence. You understand? So I just want to point. I'm only pointing it out, not to say anything about him per se, but to say something about the mentality and how dangerous it can be potentially. That's all I'm trying to say.
Right. Exactly. And that's what you're trying to say, because it could be dangerous for you, because you don't want to be in that type of situation where it gets to that point. You feel what I'm saying? So let's continue.
Number 5, insecure women. So almost all this ties into insecure women. The texting games, the flaking, the uncertainty, they are not secure, right? So if you're a guy that's doing pretty well for himself, I'm 23 and I'm way ahead of people my age, and I know that. And I've experienced a lot to know a lot of this stuff. When women my age, especially my age, whenever I run into them, they're super insecure. Like, they think, oh, I'm not ready for this guy. I don't think I'm better than nobody else, right? But when you start acting like you're not good enough for me, now I'm like, okay, well, maybe I am too good for her. Like, what's the reason or why? You know, and that's the thing. Why can't, here's what women need to understand. We just want to be, sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time.
See, you know what's funny what he's saying? Is he's saying the right thing for the wrong reason. You understand what I'm saying? Like he don't even realize that. Case I can say he says insecure, but he's running to Brazil for pussy. See, a lot of guys make the mistake of thinking that what makes them valuable or ahead of somebody is the fact that they have money or they got their shit together. Well, I'm doing my thing, and this is, these women, they're intimidated by me because I'm such an awesome guy who's doing my thing. No, you got to understand that if you're the type of guy who's thinking that your value is in your money or your status or even your looks, that makes you average. Because the same amount of money you got, a bunch of other niggas got the same amount of money. You understand what I'm saying? The status that you're at, a bunch of niggas are at the same type of status as you. Right. The look you have, there's a bunch of other niggas that are as good looking as you, or some women would even say better looking than you. So what happens is if you're using surface level things, right, that doesn't really get it to where a woman is intimidated by you, because a woman's not intimidated by average. A woman is intimidated by extraordinary. And so what happens is a woman is only intimidated by an extraordinary man. And an extraordinary man is a guy who understands his value. He understands the truth that is within him. Not this bullshit surface level societal shit that everybody has. It's the uniqueness that makes that man him. It's the thing where the woman meets the man and says, damn, I have never met a guy like this before. And shit, I have this fear of losing him because I know I will never meet another motherfucker like him again. You see what I'm saying? That's when the insecurity comes out. Because she's thinking, damn, this guy is so on point that I might not be able to be up to snuff to be in his situation.
Right.
I could find another nigga with as much money as this guy or that guy. I could find another dude who's as good looking as this dude. I could find another guy who has this status. But you know what I can't find? I can't find that motherfucker anywhere else.
Right.
And this is what the game is about. But see, a lot of guys don't understand this shit. That's why they're so concerned about their money and their status and their looks and all that other goofy shit, which isn't getting them anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? Crazy. Let's continue.
We just want a woman to be cool with, like, and I'm not saying there's no sex involved. I'm saying, but like, just be cool. When I come approach you, if you accept and you want to talk to me, just relax, talk. There doesn't need to be an issue. There doesn't need to be a motive, or do you approach everybody like this? That we don't need that. But women are naturally insecure. That's
man.
See, real quick. Let me say something real quick. See the other part where he said, "Oh, if a woman says to me, if a woman start acting like I'm too good for her, then wow, maybe I am too good for her."
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what? You do you know what a nigga with game already knows?
You didn't even have to go there, Mal. Yo, see, he's like the woman's gonna be like, hey, you talk like that to all the girls or whatever. See, he takes banter as negative. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? You'd be like, yeah, baby, of course I talk to every woman like that. You know how I do it. Do this flies me, of course. You know what I'm saying? Or you could flip it. You could be like, let me ask you something. Are you like every other girl? And she's gonna say no, of course, and be like, well, then how could I actually talk to you like every other girl when you're so unique and special? What are we talking about here, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, you could flip it and actually fucking talk to the woman. You know what I'm saying?
I hope y'all was taking notes just now. I really do. I really hope y'all was taking notes.
Like, learn how to talk to a woman and have flirty, fun conversation.
Facts.
He made it seem like, oh, if she says that, and this is the thing. A lot of times when women say that, that's actually a compliment, because they're basically saying, oh, I know you're that type of guy that's talking to a lot of women.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yo, let me tell you something. Almost anything a woman says to you, instead of getting insecure about how to answer her or respond, just be like, you know what? Thank you. I take that as a compliment. And
exactly right. Exactly.
Like anything she says to you. Oh, is this where you bring all your girl? all your girlfriends, you know what? Thank you. I take that as a compliment. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Oh, is this what you say to all the women? You know what? Thank you. I take that as a compliment. So,
Exactly.
like I was saying, what position is your favorite? You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
That's a fact. Y'all crazy.
Exactly.
He said his nigga
Like,
was just
like I
nice.
said before, the player dude takes this. He doesn't look at it as a frustration. He looks at it as an exciting challenge.
Right.
That's the difference between a frustrated passport dude and a player. You
Exactly.
understand? And the best part about the player is that the player could do whatever he's doing in the United States, he could do that shit anywhere in the fucking world.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So
that's a fact. That's real shit. Let's continue. Let's see what else he's talking about.
That's why whenever you go on a date with them, if there's not enough other women looking at you, they feel like they're with the wrong man, and then they become to lose interest in you. As men, like I said before, I don't give a fuck who's looking at you. I like what I see. That's my type. Now, if other men are looking in there, okay, that makes me feel even better, but I don't need that. But the thing is, women need that. So don't ever tell a woman that you haven't had sex in years, or you don't ever get looked at by women, or there's nobody on your roster, and you don't have options, because then they're like, oh, this must be something wrong with this dude. He could be a goddamn 6 foot, 6 figures, 6 abs, 7 figures, actually. He could be the perfect man. But if you tell him you have no options, it's over with. Don't ever even tell him that.
see, he
Number
knows
6,
some
makeup.
things about the game. You see?
Mm-hmm.
He actually has some type of knowledge about the game.
Right.
But it's the other side. It's the actual work. It's the action part that he has issues with, you know?
Right. Exactly. That's the thing. You see what I'm saying? Because again, a lot of these dudes, truthfully, they don't want to put in any work. That's all it really is.
Look, he has a lot of theory, but no real game.
Facts. I see what you did there.
You saw what I did there? Yo, check us out. 12 noon, real game, no theory panel, 12 noon. You know what I'm saying? Check us out.
Exactly. That's a fact. Oh my goodness. Hilarious. But let's continue with this shit. What else he saying on here?
I like my clothes. Women in the United States, they don't like men's clothes. You know why? Because whenever they lean their head on you, it looks like they're still leaning on you. Nobody, no, I'm not going for that. I like my clothes, and I want you to look similar to when that makeup comes off. In the United States, we don't want to fix the unhealthiness that's making your face look non-radiant or it's not glowing. We choose to just cover it up. But when I went to Brazil, there was a lack of women with makeup. Now, I say out of 10 women, at the most, 2 are wearing makeup. Even the ones I've seen in the United States, the Brazilians that are here, they don't wear makeup. Like, they just eat good. They take care of themselves. Learn how to take care of yourself. And you don't have to be, because you'll be, as a woman, you'll be more secure because you know when you wake up, you're good. So, yeah, I mean, everybody should enjoy natural beauty. I mean, if you like artificial women, go ahead. But everybody should enjoy natural beauty. Drink some water, do a face care routine, exercise, eat healthy.
Isn't it ironic that he wants a natural beauty, but he doesn't want a natural interaction? Like, isn't that ironic? That's weird to me. You want a natural beauty, but you want a fake interaction. That's weird. I don't know. I was just thinking that. It's kind of it's kind of weird, man. I don't know, man. That's crazy. I'd rather have a real interaction with a chick with makeup on. You know what I'm saying? Than have a fake interaction with a chick with no makeup on. That's just me. I don't know.
Facts.
Y'all stupid. He said he has artificial intelligence. Y'all terrible. All right, let's continue.
That's all going to get your skin right. Sleep right. I mean, I know everybody's not going to be perfect. My skin isn't perfect, but bitch, my skin should look better than yours. Number 7, a lack of traditional values.
Wait, stop. I'm sorry. Hold on. That was a little sassy, my nigga. That was, yo, when he said, bitch, my skin should look better than yours. That was a little sassy, homie. Take it easy.
Hold on. I gotta rewind that. Wait. Hold on, wait.
Eat healthy. That's all going to get your skin right. Sleep right. I mean, I know everybody's not going to be perfect. My skin isn't perfect, but bitch, my skin should look better than yours.
Yes.
Jesus.
Number 7, a lack of traditional values. This means that if Auston wants to be a provider, hey, you don't have to agree with that. You won't be my woman, but yeah, I'm not splitting 50-50 with you. Traditional values, the man gets served first. I think I've experienced one time where somebody told me I can come up and get my own plate. And I'm like, even if my homeboy came over my house and I cooked, I'd make him a plate. That's just common courtesy. So you have so much pride as a woman that you won't even make me a plate, bitch, fuck you. So, the traditional values, those are like just a small sample of traditional values. But like I was raised to never eat my food until the woman is served if we're out to eat somewhere. So, but that's
Hold on. Let me ask you guys a question and who's watching, right? If I was to go into an Apple store and I say, let me get an iPhone, right? They're going to say, cool. Is that going to be credit card? You got a debit? What do you want to do? And I say, no. I don't want, no, I just want you to give me the phone, right? And they're like, sir, you have to pay for this. And I'm like, no, but just give me the phone. Like, I just want it. Like, and then I try to snatch the phone out and leave, right? I'll probably get arrested and people look at me like I'm crazy. And they're like, well, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? Right now, the reason why I say that is in order for me to get the phone, there is a cost. You understand? In order for me to get something, I have to give something. So he's talking about traditional values. So if you want a woman who's giving you tradition, you have to also be traditional too. You have to be a traditional man. And traditional men don't complain. Traditional men don't fly overseas to get pussy. You understand what I'm saying? So you're asking for something that you're not willing to pay for. You're not becoming the man who the woman could be that traditional woman for. So how are you gonna get that? This is what we try to tell you guys. Like dudes just be wanting shit and want chicks to do shit just to do it. But you gotta be able to balance that out with you being that traditional man.
Right.
So you can't just ask for traditional values without being that guy. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's just not gonna come to you and happen just because. You see what I'm saying? There has to be that balance. Has to be. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, man. But let's continue. It's almost done.
It's all going away in the United States. And if you were raised like me and you have some sort of old school raised and traditional values, your best bet is going to be to get out of here because you might find it. You might be 45 years old. If you're 20 right now, you'll be 45 years old when you find it. But I mean, hey, if you enjoy wasting life, stay here. And last, number 8, bad hygiene. I have expressed this a lot. Now, when I say bad hygiene, I'm not talking about dirty teeth. That is a thing too, but I'm not talking about dirty teeth. I'm not talking about hair that stinks. I'm not talking about dirty clothes. I'm not talking about musty. I'm talking about the pH balance. The pH balance. Now, the fact that when I say stuff about this pH balance, there's people out there that try to excuse. They try to come up with an excuse for why a woman might hurt people. Look, I don't give a fuck why your pH is off. All I know is if I had a vagina and I smell like a can of tuna, and when I walk in the room, I got spray air freshener on myself, I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to get on Google. I'm going to buy something from the vitamin shop that might help me to, the probiotics. Do something, man, because, and this is mainly a problem with the younger women. All women have this problem, but all ages, have this problem, but it's mainly the women under like 27. And it's non-negotiable. Why do you smell like fish? In the United States, if you're a man, you're accustomed to, if you're about to get sexual with a woman, you put your fingers, when she looks away, you're like, okay, let me check. It's a damn shame we got to do that. But I mean, it's normalized. And I can say when I went outside the country and I went to Brazil, I have yet to run into one woman in Brazil that has been fishy.
Wow.
At the most, it was like,
you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to Brazil.
That's funny. That shit is funny. That nigga said.
He sold me. I'm going to Brazil. Fuck it.
Exactly. I'm like, yo, but it's funny though. You got to be careful with that because if a chick is smelling that bad, that means she probably got an STD. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of cases. So you gotta definitely check that shit. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, there are some chicks who out there who got some issues down there. You feel what I'm saying? But that's not relegated to just American women. You feel what I'm saying? That's exactly. That's women, period. So you know, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
And of course, the chicks in Brazil gonna have good smelling vaginas. They are preparing for your tourist ass.
Right, exactly. They prepare for the fucking you know, the swindle.
Hey, let me tell you something. It's chicks out there that when they on their period, you don't see them no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like they go back into the favelas and fucking do housekeeping jobs until they off their period so they could come back out to the tourist areas and get back on the track. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, look, man, there's reasons for everything. And again, his perspective is making him see what he wants to see.
Right.
But you have to be just a little bit more realistic, man. You have to be a little bit more realistic. These women are preparing their vaginas for the tourists. You understand? So they it gotta smell good.
Exactly.
You understand? And like, you know, like you said, chicks who smell bad might have an STD, but I'm gonna tell you, chicks who never smell bad, you never know if they have an STD because they're overdoing the douching and the fucking and you know, from what I understand about vaginas, you're not supposed to overdo that stuff.
Right.
You understand? A woman should have some type of not an odor, but every woman should have some type of scent.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Naturally.
Right.
So if a woman don't smell like nothing ever, then be careful of that pussy.
Right.
You understand? You always want to find a happy medium. But see, it's only niggas who be around pussy that know what the fuck I'm talking about anyway. So
that's a fact. So guys, you can call in. The call-in number is 516-387-1224. 516-387-1224 is the number. We're gonna go 516 and then 713. 516. Hey. Popping, who this? You about to be out?
Yeah, you know what it is.
All right, I'm gonna holler at you later.
All right, peace.
All right, man. All right, so 516 was popping. Who this? 516.
Shit. Yeah, my name is Jay, but question was for Miles because he drives. I guess he just popped out, right?
Oh yeah, he's gone. He's gone. So you probably got.
I mean, shit. I mean, I know you don't drive, but you could probably help me out, Lucario.
All right.
Yo, simple question, and I donated, by the way.
Appreciate donating. All right. So what's going on? What's going on with you?
Yeah, I just wanted to. I drive a lot, so and I live in New York. So I'm just. I just need some tips, because I want to holler at some chicks when I drive, like on the street and shit, because I'll be seeing mad bitches on the street. And like, you got any tips for that? Just logistically, or
so you're saying while you're driving, like if you had a stop sign or some shit, like at a stoplight.
Yeah, because it's somewhere like I just be seeing chicks out on the street and stuff. Or when I'm out, like if you.
Well,
this is the thing.
This is the thing. What you would need to get some business cards. So when you're parked and you see like a girl standing waiting at the bus stop or some shit, you holler at her and be like, yo, listen, real quick, give it a card. Be like, yo, I think you're attractive. Hit me up tonight. This is my number, and then that's it. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna have time to, you know what I mean? Like unless you park the car, get out, do all that other extra shit. But you just got to be quick with it. That's all it is.
Yeah. All right, yeah, because it'd be a challenge sometimes. Like, right? It's annoying. I hate when they fucking on some different shit, on a different block or whatever. It's hard to get to them. But yeah, all right, man. I appreciate that.
All right, bro. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right, so 713, I think this is a monogamous player. What's poppin', bro?
Yes, sir. Mr. Lucario, you already know it's a monogamous player. I donated.
Appreciate it. So what's going on? What's popping?
Man, Mr. Lucario, I'm glad that you and Miles are actually talking about this, because I've been noticing like in the last couple of weeks that this is, of course, like people talk on YouTube, but of course, a lot of people on YouTube is talking for the masses, but I didn't realize that this is really a big issue for a lot of guys. Like a lot of guys believe that women in America are just stuck up. And Mr. Lucario, what I'm trying to say is, Mr. Lucario, like, if you really understand game,
right,
and you really just live your life, and there's one thing, and I'm kind of all over the place, but there's one thing that you actually said actually on the Bad Boys show, right?
Right.
And you said that a lot of people suffer. I think I was talking about Will Smith, but you were saying that a lot of people suffer in life and they can't be the best version of them is because they care too much.
Exactly. They give a fuck.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
And when you care too much, right? When you give a fuck, then now like you are now living in a world full of barriers where like you're creating, you know what I'm saying, all these thresholds that you got to overcome that really don't mean shit at the end of the day.
Right.
But Miss Lucario, like, you know, there's been some times where I really just like walked outside and I just lived my life and I was just, you know, happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, today is just like a day where I don't give a fuck what, you know, as long as I don't get hit by no bus, I don't die, I'm happy. You see what I'm saying? So with that type of approach or whatever, like as a player, like sometimes when I was out there talking, even I still do it because I am in a relationship. I even still do it to women. Sometimes I just feel so confident where I don't even pull a chick. I just tell them that, girl, I ain't gonna lie, man, you got some sexy ass legs.
Right.
I just want to let you know that, and keep walking.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's at a level where you don't even give a fuck. Like I don't even give a fuck. I'm not even at a level. I'm above a level to where like it's above even trying to pull a chick. I'm just doing what I want to do. So if I want to tell a chick that she looks good, or I want to actually pull a chick, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But a lot of these simps and a lot of these betas, see what it is, Mr. Lucario. These simps and betas feel like if they follow a formula, right, there is a guarantee.
Right.
And the main thing that a lot of these simps and betas, their main argument is that, oh, if I talk to 10 women, only 2 of them is going to comply, and I might only have sex with 1 of them.
Right.
Even with that's with everybody, bro.
Exactly.
That's with everybody.
Exactly.
That's with everybody. Now, Mr. Lucario, there's no guarantee, but the way where you can actually increase your rate of how many women that come around you that cooperate is that you got to understand yourself, and then you have to have a program that is the guarantee. You see what I'm saying? So yes, you might not attract every woman, but every woman that does follow your program understand that in order for them to stay, they got to stay consistent.
Exactly.
But a lot of these guys, instead of telling a chick their terms and conditions, they're willing to follow the chick's term and condition because it's a bad chick and I don't want to lose her. And that's how you start, overusing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Giving the chick too much energy, spending too much time with her,
right.
Paying for this and all that type of stuff. And it's not even about that. But a lot of these guys, bro, they just don't understand that. And this is one thing, Mr. Lucario, I just want to say this. American women, bro, are not hard. Like, Mr. Lucario, bro, like, I do feel like I am a handsome guy. A lot of women say I'm a handsome guy, but I mean, I'm quite sure there's a lot of other guys that might be more handsome than me. You know what I'm saying? That might be more chiseled or taller, whatever the case may be, right? But it's not about just the look. Guys got to understand it's the vibe that you give. Mr. Lucario, like I was just at a teacher orientation, right? Because the school year is about to start, so we had audition, we had an orientation, and of course, you just mingling, you just talking to folk, and I'm just on my professional stuff, right? I done been in settings where I'm being professional with a chick and she being professional with me, but I can just tell how she's smiling, her vibe or whatever. There's an underlying understanding that I can low-key pull this chick.
Exactly.
I'm just not going to do it because I'm at work or whatever the case may be. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you understand that, and then that's another time. So I'm going to say one more time. There was a chick, right, that I met at the club, okay? And she was with another chick. Well, they both went to school with me, but they was younger than me. I only knew the other chick that was at the club or whatnot. But we was there, and I was with some friends, right? Now, this chick was a cute chick, but she was one of those chicks that was going through like a transition of becoming a lesbian or a dyke, whatever you want to say, right? But she was still kind of in her cute stage, but now she wearing like, urban clothes and doing all that type of shit, right? Which I still look at it as cute because I still see a woman at the end of the day, right? So I'm just vibing, smoking hookah, just being with my friends or whatever may be, right? She all up under me trying to talk to me or whatever the case may be, and I kind of noticed, like how like you and your friends laughing, so y'all give each other a pound and a hug because y'all laughing or whatever the case may be. It was like that type of vibe, but I can just tell like the way she was touching my stomach, and I ain't got no six pack, but the way she was touching my stomach and everything, I'm like, hold up, like I can tell that. Yeah, she's transitioning, but she low-key feeling the nigga. You know what I'm saying? She just don't know what to do or whatever the case may be. But it's just like that vibe. But that's what I'm trying to say is it's not hard out here to find women that want you. See, the last thing I want to say, Mr. Lucario, these guys are spending too much time chasing women that are improving and that don't want them.
Exactly.
Fuck with the women that want you.
Exactly.
One thing about a player is a player, the main thing that's attracted to a player, at least for me, I can speak for myself, is cooperation.
Exactly.
If you can cooperate, then I can make you become a bad bitch. But that's all I want to say. Thank you for the opportunity.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, monogamous player. We're going to go to 404 and then 510. 404, what's popping? Who this? What's up? 404.
Yo.
Yo, what's going on?
Rock. What's up, man?
What's going on, my brother? Did you donate?
This is Passport Kings Travel. Man. You asked me to call in.
Oh, what's going on? What's popping with you? So what? So you said that?
Oh, no, I'm chilling, man.
Well, so you said that you go travel, but it's different.
Nah, you know, somebody in your comments they were saying that like all the Passport King dudes, not kings, but he said all the Passport dudes are sick at your title right now. And I was just letting him know. I was like, yeah, I agree with everything Mr. Lucario is saying. And you know what? I've been following you for a long time. You ain't never put up no post that I disagree with. And
that's
and I always travel. So
but let me ask you a question. Since you go, let me ask you a question. Since you go overseas, and are you going to like just to smash the chicks over there?
Nah, I'm going because I like to travel, man. But I mean, I always said it like this: if I do run into some chicks, it's like just icing on the cake. But I ain't going out there just because I'm having a hard time out here. And a lot of dudes got mad at me on one of my videos I made that it was like the countries with the baddest chicks. And the chicks in America came out first, and dudes was like, "Oh, come on, man, what are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yo, dude." What you're doing is different though, because you say you're traveling, but then you're doing what you're doing after the fact versus you're traveling specifically to go get girls over there because you can't get girls over here, which is two different things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely. And I know what you're talking about, though. I know exactly what you mean by the title of your show.
Right.
Because I mean, I get a lot of people that will write and send me. I mean, when I was really active on YouTube, I haven't been really active on YouTube that much lately, but when I was, it was like a group of dudes is trying to form this group of, oh yeah, we hate American chicks, and I'm like, nah, I don't hate American chicks. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Right. Well, listen, man. You know, like it's interesting because a lot of these dudes who are saying like the American women are messed up, they're saying they're going strictly overseas just to fuck with other women. Now, that's to me, I don't give a fuck why dudes do what they do. I'm just saying that the problem is that when guys try to paint a picture like there's literally something wrong with American women, and the only way to get women or the only way to get what you want is to go overseas now, which is what a lot of these guys seem like they're trying to say. You know what I mean? Like, which is weird to me.
And I hear that a lot, and I don't agree with that at all, man.
Right.
I mean, Texas, I mean, everybody knows that if you ain't coming over there with no loot, nobody, that goes for dudes too. It's like when rappers go to like California or something, they'd be like, yo, you gotta check in, man. That's the same thing them girls is doing to a lot of these dudes when they got out of the country. It's like they checking in. But you better bring something. Don't come over here empty handed with a hard dick talk about, yeah, y'all love me, don't you?
So the password dudes got to check in. That's crazy. That's hilarious, man. But listen, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling up, man. But keep doing your thing, and I'm gonna holler at you, my brother. All right, let's go to 510. 510. What's popping? Who this?
It's Oaktown's Finest. What's going on?
What up, my brother? What's going on with your fam?
Not much, man. Just getting off work. So I just had a quick question, man. You know, I'll let you get back to it. You know, I already donated, by the way. So.
Oh, appreciate it. So what's popping with you?
Hey, so I had a quick question. Come on the Bad Boy membership. Is the email coaching still free?
Yeah.
I look on there and then like it's like.
No, it's still free.
Okay, so if I wanted to do it, so if I had like a question, do I put in the title line "Bad Boy Membership" question, or like how do I?
Yeah, just email me email me at askmrlucario@gmail. So that's the email I have for all the Bad Boy members. So if you need to send me an email, it's askmrlucario@gmail.com. So just hit me up there.
Oh, okay, cool. I had a question regarding the messages, like how the program how to send messages and stuff. So I just got to talk to you real quick about that.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. You can either hit me up there, or if you have any, if you need a detail, just like email me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I sent you an email already. So like, I just wanted to make sure like if it was still free or not. If I had to send you like some money or.
Oh no, you good. So yeah, so I'll get. No, you're good. So what I'll do is I'll get back to you by the end of the week, and then you'll I'll reply and all that other stuff. All right.
All right, cool, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Mahalo. Peace. All right. So Terrence Elsa, why are these dudes against Brazil, what the fuck? It's 1,000% better overseas. Nobody's against Brazil. You understand what I'm saying? What we're talking about here is guys who don't understand the game, which is why they're feeling a certain type of way about American women. Because what guys have to understand is this. It's not hard to get American women. You understand what I'm saying? It's really not. Like, when you have game, and especially if your game is tight, it's easy as fuck. Because remember, in the video, the dude said he was on the dating apps, and he said he only had 2 or 3 girls in 2 years. 2 or 3 girls in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? This time, so I'm seeing, like, I used to see like 2 or 3 girls in like a week or two. You understand what I'm saying? But 2 years? See, that's more of a lack of game situation. That's not an American woman situation. Because for every girl in America that you're having a hard time getting, there's another guy in America who's American getting that girl. You see what I'm saying? Let me get some of these questions real quick. If you got a question, put a Q in the chat. He says, on the first date, what are the best conversation topics without giving boyfriend energy? So this is the thing. When you're on the first date, what you really want to do is you want to ask the woman a lot of questions because you want to sort of feel her out and see, you know, where she's coming from so you can assess, is this the type of woman you really want to continue to deal with in any form or fashion? You see what I'm saying? So you want to ask her as many questions as possible. But, you know, you can answer some questions too and go back and forth, but you want to make sure she's talking most of the time. You see what I mean? But as far as like conversation topics, you just want to keep it light and fun and keep it sexual most of the time. So it should be a flirting interaction more so than you just talking about the weather or some movie or something. You want it to be flirtatious, sexual, building sexual tension. That's the type of conversations you want. Most of the time in a situation. You see what I mean? Because you have to see if this girl is sexually interested in you. So it says, can females tell if you had a dream about them? Because I had a dream about this one broad and she came up to asking if I dream about her. How these females... Nah, nigga, they don't know that you're dreaming about them. She just said that shit and you just connected it to what the fuck was happening with you. That's hilarious. If the women overseas treated him so great, why this nigga not married or relationship? I don't. You know what's the funny? You know what the question I always wanted to know? If it's so dope overseas, why don't guys just move there? You know what I'm saying? Like if America sucks so bad, right? But you going overseas and you're getting all this love, why not just move overseas? You understand what I'm saying? Or get a chick from overseas to come to America and fuck with you and stay with you here. You know what I'm saying? That would be my question. Where's the best places to approach women? Everywhere. Saying that's the best places. Best way to handle situations with a coworker, and is it worth it? I don't know. You got to. What's the situation? You know what I'm saying? Is the Patreon its own thing, or can it be accessed through with the Bad Boy membership? No. So the Patreon is its own thing. So when you go to Patreon, it's patreon.com/Mr. Lucario, right? And on the Patreon, you get the Bad Boy Show. So that's when me and Miles, we talk about current events and then we talk about a topic. And we do that once a week. So what you're getting 4 shows every month. Whereas the Bad Boy membership is just strictly tutorials on dating advice and game. You understand what I'm saying? And see, April put the chat in, the link in the chat, patreon.com/Mr. Lucario. And we have a lot of different, stuff on the Patreon that you can check out. You feel what I mean? So make sure y'all get up on that. It says, what are your thoughts about the phase, dick them down, then toss them to the side of the road or jump, pump and dump like a lot of red pills eating coaches preach? Oh, let me say something. This is the thing. Most niggas, see, this is the funny part about it, right? Most dudes who actually have the skill to pump and dump or toss a chick to the side are usually the type of dudes who have enough game to utilize a woman for more than just sex. See, guys who are all about the pump and dump and all that other shit, most of the guys like that can't even pump and dump because they can't even get a girl to pump in order to dump. You understand? Guys who have game, what happens is sex is easy for them to get. So what happens is that they're not thinking about pump and dump or worried about that shit. They're saying, okay, yeah, I fucked this girl or whatever, that's cool, but what else can I utilize her for outside of the sex? Is she cooperative enough? Is she the type of woman who follows directions? Can I utilize her for other things? You understand? He said, look, Harry, you got game, but to be honest, most dudes can't retain baddies without being rich. See, you know what's funny about that comment? Most of these guys, see, if you can't retain a baddie unless you're rich, that just shows how weak your game is. So yeah, there are certain guys who will have a baddie because they're rich, but the baddie is using them for the money. She don't really fuck with him like that. And that's the situation. But if you think you need to be rich to get a baddie, your game is fucking weak. Because this is what happens. Let me tell you exactly what happens. Stop the Gap 2021. Is that the same baddie that rich guy has is also fucking a broke nigga. You understand? So the same baddie that rich guy has is fucking another guy who ain't got to give her shit. You understand? It's crazy. So, you know, dudes just don't get it. Let me see what else questions we got here real quick. How should a young guy in his 20s approach older women in the 30s or 50s? The same way you would approach any other chick. You understand? But you just got to understand women at different ages are usually at different stages in their life. So you got to understand that thing. Because on the Bad Boy membership, I have a whole program called The Age Game, where I talk about hollering at girls in different age groups and certain things that you should be able to expect. So you should get on the Bad Boy membership to check that out. Why do random women say poor thing when they see me? It's annoying. I don't want or need any pity from anybody. It's weird. I don't know, nigga. Just stop paying attention to that shit, man. If you're a woman, if you're a woman, you've been dating for 6 months, says to you, you're not the what? You're not the man. Oh, Jesus Christ. You gotta learn how to write. You're not the man thought you were due to the fact says things you, oh my God, this is killing my brain. You said, okay, so I think you're saying you decide to communicate and not share with her. What? I'm confused. You got to write that shit over. You got to call it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Bet G, do you go as deep in the Patreon or deeper pause in the Bad Boy membership? So the Patreon, we go deep, but not as deep as the Bad Boy membership. Remember, the Bad Boy membership and the Masculine Identity membership both programs that go deeper into the how-tos and what to do and certain other things that are going to help you in the game. So what you got to understand is on YouTube, myself and Miles, we don't tell you everything on YouTube because you got to get on the membership. And again, I'll show you real quick what we got on the membership right now. Right now on the membership, we got how to get your girl to give you 100% cooperation throughout the entire relationship. That is on the Bad Boy membership right now. Also, you can get how to have a tight mouthpiece on the Bad Boy membership right now. You can also get 8 ways to test her sexual interest, which is on the Bad Boy membership right now. She's a waste of time. How to identify the 7 types of attention whores you will encounter in the dating game on the Bad Boy membership right now. Also, you can check out Same Day Late, how to sleep with her on the first day y'all meet on the Bad Boy membership right now. Also get 10 behavioral traits that let women know you're an alpha male on the Bad Boy membership right now. 10 false beliefs that are fucking up your game and how to fix them on the Bad Boy membership right now. How to increase your sex appeal on the Bad Boy membership right now. How to tell a woman exactly what you want and get it on the Bad Boy membership right now. how to send messages that'll get you laid on online dating apps on the Bad Boy membership right now, how to take pictures that'll get you laid on online dating sites on the Bad Boy membership right now, advanced online game, the most efficient way to get women to meet you in person on the Bad Boy membership right now. Plus, there's about 90 something other programs on the Bad Boy membership right now. Okay, so make sure you guys get on the Bad Boy membership right now. So let's go to 856. 856 is popping. Who this?
Hey, what's going on, Lucario? This is Nelly.
What's up, brother?
Ken in the chat. What's going on with you?
What's up? Did you donate?
Hey,
did you donate?
Yeah, you know I did. Come on, man.
All right, so what's going on? What's going on?
But yeah, I just had to tap in real quick. I got a quick rant, man. When I came in the chat, I said, if you don't know how to dominate women in your home court, then you don't have no business going overseas. And that's
Facts.
Yeah. I'm specifically talking to the goofball that said that was corny what I said. Like I said, at the end of the day, if you cannot dominate women in your home court, you do not belong overseas.
Right.
Because these type of dudes that's bashing American women and all that, they just sound like they butthurt and they don't get women in their own country. That's what it sounds like to me. You know what I mean? So my thing is, if you can't dominate women in your home country, how do you expect to dominate women in a completely whole different country?
And you know what the funny part is that
make that make sense.
The funny part is in the other country, the men over there have domination over their women. So which is why when those guys go to the other countries, they are experiencing that type of energy from those women in general. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's my thing. And it's just like, you have no business, man. If you cannot know how to dominate and control the women over there, how do you expect to play with those women over there? At the end of the day, when you play overseas is a different game. You need more game when you go overseas.
Right.
So if you can't handle the women in your home country, how the fuck are you supposed to dominate women in a whole completely different country? Come on, man. Make that shit make sense. Y'all dudes need to step y'all game up. Dominate these American women, then you dominate overseas in the rest of the world. That's how it's supposed to go.
That's facts.
All right, man.
That's facts. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate the call. That's what's up. My dude was going in. So, guys, the caller number is 516-387-1224. 516-387-1224 is the number. So he said, if a woman you've been dating long distance and hooking up, if she says to you, you're not the man I thought you were. Well, see, that's the thing. Probably what happened was that you were switching up and you basically probably did some shit too soon and then started to fall back. Because this is what a lot of guys do. They'll do a lot of extra shit at the beginning. They'll pour in a lot of energy into the situation. Then what happens is they might fall back a little bit. They might not call her as much, and they've been doing too much from the beginning. So what happens is you seem like a different dude now because, you know what I'm saying? You want some different shit now. Okay, like I said, why are y'all dating long distance? That's a fact. Exactly. Why? You know what I mean? Like, there's too many women out here for y'all to be dating long distance. You understand? So he says, if most men don't have the type of game you have, vetting process for 12 months, charging them again quickly, how they have these long-term relationships and marriages. It's because they are in marriages, but what happens is that the long-term relationships and the marriages are marriages that are not good. Just because you're married doesn't mean the marriage is good. Just because you're in a long-term relationship doesn't mean the long-term relationship's a good relationship. Just because you have a girlfriend doesn't mean you have a healthy relationship. You could have a girlfriend or a wife and the chick treats you like shit. How many marriages you hear where the nigga say, I haven't had sex in a month? How many marriages you hear where the nigga talk about I had to sleep on the couch? You see what I'm saying? And that's because the woman is running the show because the dude didn't know how to vet the woman. The dude didn't know how to be a leader. So now he's in a situation where he's miserable and the woman is miserable. You see what I'm saying? Because he doesn't know how to lead. And so therefore she had to lead. And now she's miserable because she has to lead his bitch ass. That's basically how it happens. You see what I mean? So just because you're in a situation doesn't necessarily mean the situation is positive or beneficial to you. You see what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of guys get fooled in the game. They think, oh, look at this guy. Oh, he got a baddie. Oh, you know, and you don't realize she only with him because the nigga's paying her. That's a fucking escort or some shit. You don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Dudes be seeing like older dudes with these bad joints, but you don't know he paying by the hour. You understand what I'm saying? It's an escort. He didn't get that woman because she actually likes him. No, she's getting paid. She's working. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times guys get confused because they get caught up in the illusion of what they think is happening instead of what's actually happening. You see what I mean? Exactly, because they said dudes be thinking relationships are a safety net. That's a fact. They be, you know what I mean? They be thinking, oh, well, I'm in a relationship. I'm in this monogamous relationship with this girl, so everything is just fine. It's like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. But guys, if you want to call in, we got like 15 minutes left. Call-in number is 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat, and we'll get to the question, and we will get that shit cracking. And see, I want to say this too, is that, you know, again, if dudes want to go overseas, do their thing, I have no problem with that. I don't give a fuck. You understand? Do what you got to do. The problem that I always had with this whole situation is when guys try to downplay the game and act like, oh, this game stuff is stupid. But then what you notice is guys who have the weak game are the ones complaining about American women, or, oh, these women out here is doing this and doing that. But then you have the guys who do have game who's fucking cleaning up out here. You understand? Like, I got people who be hitting me up who's actually, you know, out here really doing shit. And their problem isn't getting a girl. Their problem is, yo, Lucario, I got like 3 or 4 girls I'm trying to manage. How do I do that? I got this girl obsessed with me. How do I handle that? I got this girl who keeps hitting me up every day because she want to see me, but I don't have enough time. How do I handle that? And all of these are from American women. You understand that these guys are dealing with? You understand? So basically, I just tell her I want to fuck. She says no, keep it moving. Yes, exactly. But again, you guys still got to know how to have conversations. A lot of guys don't know how to have conversations. If you know how to have a conversation, you're interacting with the girl and you're flirting with her in that sense, right? And then you're letting her know that you want to smash. Cool. So a lot of guys think it's just you rolling up on a girl. Hey, I want to fuck you in the ass, and then expect shit. No, you interact with her, go back and forth. Then you let her know you want to fuck her in the ass. You understand what I'm saying? Says, hey, caller, in the long distance situation, is she hitting the other guys wrong? Oh man, are older women more open to direct game than younger women? No, it doesn't matter if they're older or younger. It doesn't matter. If the woman is feeling you and you let her know what it is, then she's gonna fuck with you. It's that simple. Doesn't matter if she's older, younger, it don't matter. If she's feeling you, she's gonna respond to that shit. Is that simple? You feel what I mean? But yeah, that's the thing, is that a lot of guys who go overseas, what they do is they don't tell you about all the other shit. Like when me and Miles was talking about when we was over in Brazil, you understand? Where, yeah, there's these things that's happening, but there's the other things that's happening. You understand? And so you have to understand something too, is that the way that women, like, you got to understand it this way. The reason why American women are acting in the ways that these guys are saying, you know, like, oh, she got an attitude. She's acting this way. She's being this way. She's being difficult. She's being this and all this other stuff, right? Understand that the women, the way they act is a reflection of the men. It's a reflection of the men. So what happens is that American men, because American men have become weak, it's being reflected in the way that women are acting. You see what I'm saying? But see, if you're a guy who's on point, you're not going to deal with that type of shit. if you're a guy who's on point, you're not going to be running into and interacting with all of these American women who's on some bullshit. Because those same women who are on some bullshit, they, for some reason, know how to act right when they're dealing with a man, when they're dealing with a guy who they're really interested in, when they're dealing with a guy who they see as confident, when they're dealing with a guy who they see that the game is on point. See, it's like this. Let's say you go into a guy's house for dinner, right? He invites you to his house for dinner. And you go into his house and his wife is there. And his wife kind of got like an attitude and shit. You know, he's like, oh, honey, fix us a plate, fix up my guest a plate. And the wife is like, man, fuck you guys, get your plate yourself, right? You're gonna be looking at that guy like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with your woman? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing to where your wife is acting this way? You understand? You're going to be like, you invited me over to dinner and your wife is acting this way. You're going to look at that dude funny style. Like, what are you doing to allow your woman to be this way? You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that a lot of American men have gotten weak. And this is why the women are acting the way they're acting. Because you have so many guys out there who are just on some whatever shit. A lot of guys are like, I'm giving up. You know, a lot of dudes don't want to actually lead. A lot of dudes don't want to actually go out there and put in any work. And then so therefore, because that's the case, what happens is that you're going to have a lot of women out there who are going to act like bitches toward those guys. But then they're not going to act like bitches toward the guys who got game, though. You see what I'm saying? See, what you got to understand is it's two different worlds. So one guy is living in a world where the women have attitude problems. They're acting stupid and bitchy and all this other stuff. And another guy's living in a world where he's swimming in pussy. See, it's not to say that, for example, if I go outside, right, and I interact with women, I'll come across a woman who's acting like a bitch. I might come across a woman who has an attitude, right? But see, when you have game, you don't give a fuck about that. That doesn't ruin your day. That doesn't make you get mad at chicks and, oh man, you know, these women out here, that's like, you don't do none of that shit. What you do is once you see the girl has an attitude, you keep that shit pushing. You understand what I'm saying? Once you see that a woman is being uncooperative, you don't fuck with her anymore. You understand? Then you move on to another girl who's going to be cooperative, who's going to be on point. You understand? You don't sit there and be like, damn, man, you know, I talked to this girl and she flaked. And so? Guess what? She's not going to be the last girl to flake on you in your life. It's not going to, it's going to happen again. That's the way the world works. And if you're thinking, oh, well, I go overseas and these girls don't flake on me like that. Well, yeah, of course, because they're not even dating you or trying to get with you. They're just trying to get some money. And they ain't got no fucking money. They're desperate. See, you know what's funny? In Brazil, when I was out there, there's the areas where you got the chicks that's, you know, selling pussy and, you know, being that type of chick that's going to come around you and try to make shit happen. Then when you get out of the more touristy areas, and I went to more like the city area, and it's just regular chicks. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not out there just like treating you the same way those other women are treating you. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why they're able to, it's like, think about this. Think about a guy who is not even from America. He's from some other country. Let's say he's from, you know, fucking, I don't know, Australia or some shit. And then he travels to, let's say, Nevada, where I think, you know, like prostitution's legal out in Nevada. And he goes to Nevada and he's like, oh my God, you know, I went to this place and all these women were like, you know, giving me all these choosing signals around there, and they were offering me sex. Yeah, because it's legal out there for them to fuck you for money. You understand what I'm saying? That's the point. That's what happens. That's what happens. Exactly. Yeah, the bunny ranch, right? That's like him going to the bunny ranch and be like, wow, yo, these women out there, they never flake on me. Every time I come, they're ready to fuck. Like, yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He said, how to control your emotions better. I've realized I've had a bad temper and I'm impatient. How do you become more relaxed and easygoing, not letting anything around you affect your mood? Simple. Stop giving a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, when you stop giving a fuck, you're going to be so happy. You're going to be so, and I'm talking about, you got to really not give a fuck. See, the problem is people give too many fucks, which is why they're unhappy, which is why they get all emotional about shit. You understand what I'm saying? But when you don't give a fuck, right? Then you're just like, whatever. You said, how come dudes don't get women overseas that are in the middle upper class? I mean, I don't know, because it's because they get, you know, they getting the chicks that live in them damn, you know, in the damn favelas, man. They gotta, you know. Listen, I remember when I was in Brazil, that shit was funny as hell. Like, them homeless kids are a beast out there. Them homeless kids, they'll chase you down the street for some money. I felt so bad. I was eating a hamburger and shit out in they had this I don't know if they even still have this place, but they had this place called Bob's when I was out there. It was like the McDonald's of Brazil or some shit. And I'm up there eating a hamburger, and there's these 6 kids sitting outside the window watching me eat the goddamn hamburger. I was like, oh my God. I felt so bad. I gave this one kid $10, and the first day I got there, and nigga, the whole time, he must have told everybody, because the whole time when we was outside, there was a gang of kids following us everywhere. It's like, these niggas got money. It's like, yo, they was following us everywhere. Like, there was times where we come out the fucking hotel or whatever it was we were staying at, and I'd look around and shit, and then there'd be no kids out there. And then we walk outside, and then all of a sudden we see the kids coming behind us. We start running, and the kids start running after us and shit. That shit is hilarious. So, Ms. Lakara, that last stream you spoke about detaching with wisdom from your mental, Anthony DeMello, how can you apply that, apply to your life and game overall of not giving a fuck? Well, you got to understand that. Listen, man, you got to understand that one day you're going to fucking die. You understand what I mean? And all you have in life are moments. So a lot of times we get so caught up in our situations in life and forget to enjoy the fucking moment. And then when you get so caught up, that's when you start to become frustrated, upset, and unhappy, because you think that all of this shit you're getting caught up with is a big deal. Because think about this. Think about something you were really upset about 5 years ago. Like, there was a situation you were in, a circumstance you were in, that you were probably pissed off. You were so angry, so stressed out, so unhappy. And now, if you think about that shit, you're so far removed from it, you probably don't give a fuck. So what I'm saying is that use that same, thought now. Because whatever you might be bitching and moaning and complaining about, angry about now, if you live to be another, 5 years later, you're probably not gonna give a fuck about that shit anymore. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a fact. You gotta be like, look, I don't give a fuck. It's all good. Well, listen, guys, it's about that time. I want to thank everybody for tuning in Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody, watching and stuff. Appreciate you guys. Make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership. Also, make sure you guys hit up my dude Miles Cunningham on Instagram at Miles in the Game, so you can get on that masculine identity membership. The link is in the bio in his Instagram, and we're coming out with the masculine identity membership website, so you guys can go straight there to jump on that. You understand what I'm saying? So we can make that shit happen. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will holler at y'all later. And remember, guys, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers. All